Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, and in the last episode we made it to 1938 and we started or finished our major industrial capacity production run. We only have one or two being built now in Stalingrad, far to the east, the last of our major development works. And as you can see, we've sort of very quickly modernized the Soviet Union's infrastructure and industrial capacity production wise. We've got a road that runs from Leningrad through to Moscow and then onwards to Kazan in the far east, which is very good. And we've also built several improvements to our air base infrastructure so that we can hold more planes in place, because it's a bit of a ball ache having to move so many planes and things around. Now, from a standpoint of decisions, I have gone for major highways with my investment spend. Let me just... Yep, so... Where is it? Can't remember where the major highways is, you know. There we go, national highways. So we get a little bit of IC efficiency for reduction, only 1%. But every little helps. And let's put the time on. Now I'm going to need to start reorganizing the military, and I'll probably do that off camera. Our supply situation is remarkably low. Let's just make sure that we're not trading anything. Nope. And there's a first of our close air support. We'll get railway level 2, so we'll take that. Right, so that's 38 tech. That's 39 tech, we don't need that to carry on. Right, 37 tech there. Any other 37 techs that I can grab? Yeah, bombing sites. We're a little bit behind on research, but not drastically behind. We could probably... Yeah, we can decrease the officer influx now. So let's do that. Let's get all of those smaller techs up and going. Perfect. Right, so we're putting a little bit more into our technology research now. But I think that was necessary, to be honest. And we're getting 81 manpower a month. Right, cavalry exploitation, we can keep that up. Yeah, let's just keep building up our supplies. We were a little bit lax. We were also lax on money as well, so... We need to rebuild our reserves, get it over that 1,000 threshold. But I hope everyone's having a good day. There's been not a lot really going on. There was some issues in the news recently, something to do with the BAFTAs being a bit whitewashed. While, you know, I think the sentiment is, you know, really important, and I think there could be more to be done to, you know, for diversity in film, I'm not sure necessarily that this is the right way of going about it. You know, at the end of the day, they have to recognise the best films that are made, and if they feel the best films are the ones that they put forward, they're the ones they have to talk about, unfortunately. You know, there's been a lot of really good films recently that have come out, you know, in the last sort of 10 years that have had a, you know, more diverse cast, and that's a really good thing. But, you know, The Irishman, for example, I've seen a lot of people sort of having a bit of a go about that. I mean, sure, it is a bit, you know, it's a bit like a tea towel, but it's a brilliant film. It's, you know, there's not much you can complain about with it. It's very well shot. Martin Scorsese's very good at character development. Robert De Niro's doing his first non-phoned-in performance since Meet the Parents. Bit of a joke. Right, so up to 37 just in our fighter production there. Anyway, a bit of a tangent. I was watching Channel 4 News, and I like Channel 4 News. It's really good, but sometimes they come out with things and you're a bit like, I agree with the sentiment, but maybe that's not the best way to present it. But, oh well, it's not too bad. I mean, Moonlight was really good. That was a great film, you know. So, more for representation, that's for sure. But the best film has to be the one that wins at the end of the day. That's just the way it is. Although I think the guy I was watching did raise an interesting point that Margot Robbie has been nominated for, I think, a supporting actress BAFTA for 2 films that she's been in. You know, maybe she should only be nominated for 1 role rather than for 2. It's very unusual. She must have done a really good job in whatever she was in to be nominated twice. I'm trying to think of if anyone else has had that. Has Meryl Streep ever been nominated twice in 1 year? I mean, it wouldn't shock me because she sort of has been nominated for everything at least once. Don't crash. Yeah, didn't crash. Welcome to February. Woohoo. Copper. I don't want to pay. Fuck you, game. We're gonna have to pay. Oh, god damn it. And then we just lost a little bit more on the old production there. If I go quiet at all, it's because I'm just reading the teletext thing because there's a football match on. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear some background noise. My girlfriend's watching something on her phone, so it might get picked up, but I doubt it. And if it does, I'm not sure what it is that's being watched. Right, so fighter planes, fighter bombers. Right, so we've built 45 air units in the last few months. Our production is a beautiful thing. Now, I have no idea what these echelon things actually do, because so far they seem to be doing fuck all and taking a long time to research. By the way, I did follow, I think it was Florian who left a comment about deleting strategic directions. I did what you said, and it still wouldn't let me delete it. So, if anyone else has any ideas, you know, let me know. I might just have to play with them, you know, I'll just keep them in there, and then sort out, you know, it doesn't really matter because I don't play with the AI on, but even still, a bit frustrating. Right, they're at 38 level, we don't need to keep that going. Breakthrough airbase, 39, that's good. Army unit command and control, yep, we'll leave that. Right, let's carry on those. Right, 45 planes. And let's keep the time going. Built some more tactical bombers. Up to 60 planes. And there we go. That's good. 252. And then got some partisans that have built up. Supplied transportation and organisation have kicked in. Right, and the 38 purge is what the game wants me to do now, so let's have a little look. So, the third Moscow show trial. The trial of the 21, the third trial in March 1938, included 21 defendants alleged to belong to the so-called bloc of rightists and Trotskyites, led by Nikolai Bukharin, the former head of the Communist International, former Prime Minister Alexei Rykov, Genrika Yadorga, Christian Ratovsky, and Nikolai Kretinsky. All leading defendants were executed. That's sad for them. Bye-bye. We lost the effects of that purge. Now we can develop our spy network. And we've got the next part of the 5-year plan. So the 5-year plans for the national economy of the USSR were a series of nationwide centralized exercises in rapid economic development of the Soviet Union. Fulfilling the plan became the watchword of the Soviet bureaucracy. The same method of planning was also adopted by other communist states, including the People's Republic of China. In addition, several capitalist states have emulated the concept of central planning, though in the context of a market economy, by setting integrated economic goals for a finite period of time. Thus were found 7-year plans and 12-year plans. So, when we do the 5-year plan, we have a few choices. We have invest in heavy industry, which increases our national revolt risk, but we get a large amount of IC, energy, metal, and rare materials. We have invest in infrastructures and supply, which I don't think is good at the moment. And then we have family and agriculture. I'm going to invest in heavy industry, and we are going to... I think we're going to collectivize. Let's do it. 1,000 money. We're going to be in deficit. This is going to fuck us. But why not? We're already running with a money issue. Might as well just keep it going. Right, so steel production. Let's get it. Let's get rid of our dissent now. We've got to kill a load more officers, unfortunately. Okay. I forgot about that rebellion, so let's just handle that. Are there any others? Nope, we're looking good. But I imagine we'll get some more soon. Yeah. Rebellions popping up left, right and centre. Let's move that infantry division back to handle. Or we can move this one up. We'll see which one gets there first. It's a fair distance away from Kazan, so let's stop basing, get the rare materials and the coal processing techs. Right, go for it. Let's take them out. What we're gonna... In fact, we're diverting you south because we've got bigger fish to fry. And there goes all of our dissent. We're just building infrastructure now. Because we've built a shit ton of planes, and I am going to bring our Air Force back soon. Okay, and we're now in a positive for the old money. Now, I'm wondering whether or not to upgrade our cavalry divisions, because they are shit. Let's have a little look. You, for example, you can be a motorized infantry, and you can be upgraded to a light armor. Let's do the same for you, and put you into a light armor. Let's have just a run through and see how many of these shitty cavalry divisions we have. Not many up there. We've got one here. Let's upgrade that to a motorized infantry and a light armor. None there, none there. Right here. Same thing again. Have so much shitty cavalry. The thing is, we're going to have to do this because cavalry isn't exactly front line. It's pretty useless. You know. I'm just thinking, if we get this out of the way now, at least it won't come back to bite us in the butt later when we need more fast divisions. I think we've made our way through now. Now, I imagine this is going to cost us a fortune in IC. Normally that's the case. Right, I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone, at least in the front lines. Maybe in some of these rear areas there'll be some more. I'm not as worried about that. It was merely sort of towards the front line where I was wanting that to come up. God, how much is that going to cost? 12 and 4. Shit. How quick is it? I may... Oh yeah, but that's not running at 100% efficiency, is it? Right, let's keep it going. Right, more planes. Let's get the coal to oil conversion. More planes. And in fact, let's take the whole Red Air Force and relocate it to Moscow. We're just waiting for the last of them. Okay, so we have... What's that? 271 air units. That's remarkably impressive. In fact, we've got more than that. And you know what? Let's jig our navy as well. So we've got, in total, a fair amount of fleets. Let's move them all around to Leningrad. It's going to be quite the trek from the Far East, but they can handle it. Right, heavy bomber prototype, twin engine. Naval bombers just finished. Well, let's get the additional supply production. We're just waiting on our heavy bombers now that are due to finish in June. And our infrastructure, which I think is, moving down south now. Oh, speaking of which, we missed one. Let's move what we've just put in to the top of the queue. There we go. Let's not let them take that. Just waiting for them to get there. Let's kill them. Anyone going against communism is going to have a bad time. Right, we've got low popularity, which isn't good. Let's go for appease them. Right, we just lost our options. Okay, so the Japanese are stuck, it looks like, against the Chinese. Now the real question is, do we need any more spies? How are we looking? Yeah, we are raising the threat on Germany. They have 294 usable IC, plus 146 from Italy. It's not a huge amount. Oh, we just lost the effects of that money shortage imminent as well, which means we're going to get a lot more IC into production. Very good. Right, kill them. And just waiting on you to get back now. In fact, let's just have you move straight in. We can get the casting armor ability. Germany is starting to make some moves. So they're up to... Ooh, okay, taking the Sudetenland. Right, so the third Moscow show trial. Now, if we execute them, we get some national revolt risk, sorry. But we do get some IC out of it. Okay, let's execute them. Right, banks up to 507. So we've now got 400 into our production. And our motorised will be done in August 1938. So fairly quickly. That's not too bad, all things considered. And I'm going to take a little bit more out of officers to get that twin-engine airframe research going. And put some more back into espionage. Yeah, because we always want one spy a day. So we can move in on that rebellious province. How is revolt risk looking? Which one's the revolt? Yeah, that one. So we're good all along. Well, we're good nowhere really. 10%, 8%, 9%. Nowhere likes us. Everywhere hates us. Marvellous. How good! Well, that's brilliant. Just as I was talking about it, we get another revolt. But yes, I'm still coming to terms with Boris Johnson Britain. It still hasn't quite sunk in that that's a thing. But I just have to get over it. Although what I would say is that I think Remain is dead. All the Remain voices seem to have quieted down. Mobile unit, mountain unit training has increased. Let's just let that roll. Air wings, right, interceptors. Type 16. Let's get 18 EU. Let's just keep the production going. It's 4.5 IC now to build an IC. And it looks like the great Stalin infrastructure build between Leningrad and Stalingrad has been completed near enough. The Volga line, so to speak. Is this the Volga? Always lose track. Right. Yeah, so the Volga river line. Yeah, we're going to call this the Great Volga Road. That runs from Leningrad to Stalingrad. That has been fully completed pretty much. So that's good. And airborne unit training just increased. Let's get the aeroplane research. Have a little look at the north. Still building the infrastructure there. It's all been built around that area. No, no. You don't rebel. Got to keep building that infrastructure. 24. All this IC is sort of coming back. Right, so either side, let's get one more. Let's get one at Kalin. Kiersbach. Right, the Navy Purge. Oh, we're doing all the purges. So, the Navy Purge. Let's see when that comes up. Where's that come up? Yeah, here. So, Red Fleet Officers Purge. The Purge of the Navy removed 8 of the 9 admirals. The Purge fell heavily on the Navy, who were suspected of exploiting their opportunities in foreign contacts. There goes the Navy. Let's get single frame airframe research. Some more IC that's being wasted apparently. Keep the infrastructure going. Right, so the industry asks for more money, we'll do it. Yeah, so Japan remains a threat, so we lost more officers. And the Spanish Republic lost the war. Our Spanish comrades, aided by anti-fascist volunteers from all over the world, could not prevent the fascist octopus spreading its tentacles over Europe. Now we must prepare ourselves for a future confrontation. Through this involvement, we gained experiments in modern warfare. The only positive thing about the whole affair is the Spanish goal remains ours. So we lost some unity, we gain a little bit of dissent, but we get a little bit of manpower and a few, you know, tech things. And the Corpo Internacional, apparently. So we'll bring them, I think, up towards Moscow. Because why not? Do a little bit more IC building. Let's just expand this road out. Let's get it up to level 8. Because this will be the main highway that we move troops around. Let the recon unit stuff roll. We'll let all those core ones go. Right, we'll send some troops and supplies. We are helping the Chinese as much as we can. It looks like it's having the desired effect. Okay, so we've got one IC there. Let's use it on single engine airframe. We need to move on to the technologies now that in relation to electronics. Okay. Mechanical computing machine to make all of our research a little bit better. And radios, which is always important because radios up your combat efficiency. We need to keep recruiting officers. We need to get over a minimum of 1,800. That's the minimum. How many spies do we have now? 417. With, as I say, the majority being directed at the Germans. Goes our save, so it's June. We'll pay the Navy, we'll pay the whoever it is. We've got some more stuff to throw towards the Japanese, or the Chinese, sorry. for a proxy war. Right, and some new heavy bombers. Which I think takes our total up to 25. Not bad. That's pretty good. We can just drop that a little bit for a minute. How's our infrastructure looking here? Not too bad, all things considered. We need to sort of increase it a little bit more, so let's just build it up and around here. Let's at least get yellow going up towards Murmansk. That's very good. And I think we'll finish this episode at the end of June. Just because I think that's a good cut-off point. And then I can do some restructuring off camera. Maybe do some upgrades. Cavalry exploitation. Let's get some radars. Do a party rally, do 3 hurrahs for the mighty government. We're at least looking very good on resources. Our modernization program seems to have worked pretty well. So, Great War analysis. We don't need to do that one again. Let's get the infantry radio communications, and then we can look at construction techs. Right, heavy armor forging has reached a good level. So that's 40. Construction, new industrial zone. Nearly got everything in place now. Right, and there is the end of June. Okay, let's drop a save and have a little look at diplomacy and everything, and maybe how the world is shaping up. So, the UK fired the Egypt decision, and Germany has taken the Sudetenland, but Italy hasn't quite joined the Axis yet. And by the looks of it, my threat stuff seems to be having the desirable effect, in the sense that a lot of places are scared, I guess, by the threat of Germany. So they're drifting towards the Comintern. Got a lot of people drifting towards us. So if we were to start expanding a little bit of influence, that might actually give us some decent results. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, the threat they pose. A little bit due to the threat they pose. I don't know, just people naturally like us this time. That's rather odd. Okay, but yes, I think that's time to call it an episode. So thank you very much for watching. As you can see, our infrastructure project is going very well. And our IC situation is very good as well. We've really industrialized the Soviet Union in a pretty short space of time. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye bye.